My moral code is be good. Number one is just be good, you know? Be good to all life, you know? From people to plants to buildings to creations, just everything. Just try to be good, try not to hurt anybody, you know? And just be genuine. You have to be real. If you're feeling bad, you know, it's okay. You need to hold it in or else it's just gonna be worse. You know, don't lie, be honest. Be honest. So much easier. One lie turns into another, it could be avoided with just being honest from the get-go. You know, and also being accepting of other people, being accepting of other people's truths, because, you know, everyone has different truths, everyone. So, like, just because you feel something strongly doesn't mean that it's the all given truth. It's what you believe, and so if you respect what the other person believes, then the other person will respect what you believe, you know? Golden rule, it's so simple. They teach us at a young age. Treat others the way you want to be treated. That's simple, done. And just try your best. Try your best. I think like just try every day. If you have an opportunity to wake up in the world, then give it your best. Give it what you can do. Because you know you only got one life to live, so might as well make it a good one. Or just try. My name is Fabio Meza. As of today, I'm the media coordinator for Epidemic Sound, and I'm based out of here in this lovely city of New York. Epidemic Sound. It's crazy because a lot of people, you know, notice as a music library, but it's really more than that. We're a whole ecosystem for creators. You know, we give the opportunity for musicians to make a living off making music, and creators to have easy access to high quality music, and not just creators. You know, all types of people making videos to make their content better and really just, you know, propel this content-driven world we live in right now. Funny thing is, I come from a sports background. Sports is my life. You know, played, you know, since a kid. You know, played high school sports, played college at the club level, and I worked in soccer for the first 5 years of my professional career. And then when this music switch happened, you know, I really wanted to just throw myself in there, and I've always loved music. I did choir as a kid. But this year was the first time I've actually considered myself a musician. I came out with a Brazilian funk song, you know, full from like conception idea to recording the song to the music video to distribution, and I want to see, you know, where I can take that. You know, I'm working in music, you know, why not? You know, so yeah. To be honest with you, I just hope people like it. You know, I'm not really looking to become famous for it. I'm not really looking to, you know, make a career out of it. If it happens, that'd be cool, but you know, I'm focused on my day job. I love working at Epidemic, you know? And I think that making music helps me out with my job and helps me be better at it, because I'm really like throwing myself into the fire, you know? There's no better way of getting into the music world than making music yourself, you know? So quick story about myself. I was born in Chicago, and my parents were first generation from Paraguay, or like they're immigrants from Paraguay, I should say. I was born here. They couldn't afford having kids, so they sent me back down to South America to live. They bounced around houses, finally found a place in New Jersey, brought me back up. So I grew up in New Jersey. For college, I went back to Chicago just because like those are my roots. You know, I always loved that city. Went back there. And then, but after when I was about to graduate college, I had an offer to work at like as a production assistant or like an intern at Telemundo in Chicago, and I love media. You know, media like whatever way it would have happened, I would have been working in media regardless. You know, just what I was meant to do. But I knew that, you know, number one, the problem is Chicago is just not it's a major market, but it's not worldwide like New York or LA. So I knew I had to get into one of those cities if I really wanted to, you know, take that next step. So New York is where I had family in Jersey. I could commute into the city. I moved back home to New York, and you know, I won an award at graduation. I was like a 2012 Outstanding Senior Leader. I had good grades, you know, great experience, great resume. I came to New York and I couldn't find anything for like 6 months. The first thing I got was an apprenticeship making soccer documentaries. So like I met a dude at a Giants game. He asked me 2 questions. Do I speak Spanish? And do I like soccer? I answered yes. Next thing you know, I'm credentialed for the first U.S. men's national qualifier for the World Cup back in 2013. I was in Honduras. So I went to all the U.S. qualifying games, all of them, you know, Honduras, Mexico, Jamaica, Panama, and then all the ones in the US as well. And afterwards I was like, man, you know, like my Spanish really helped me out with this. You know, that was like the differentiator. You know, I'm 22 years old, I've got media credential, I'm sitting next to Bob Lee, you know, Alexi Lala, some of the biggest ones in the game, and you know, I'm just there because I speak Spanish, you know, and I just met the right person. So I was like, you know, the next thing is the World Cup, you know, like how do I get there? I have to learn Portuguese. So I just told my bosses, I was like, look, I want to go learn Portuguese. I'm going to move down to a distant relative and I'm going to figure it out. So I moved down. It was the hardest, like 6 months of my life, you know, just like not knowing the language, not having any money, living on a couch, you know, not having a lot of food. But 3 weeks before the World Cup, I got hired to be Jimmy Conrad. Shout out to Jimmy Conrad, former U.S. national team player's assistant throughout the World Cup. And I did that, and then after that I was like, man, now I'm coming back to the US, you know? I'm trilingual, not bilingual. I've worked not only the US qualifying games, but a World Cup. Like, jobs are gonna be coming after me. Nothing. A year later, they tell me, MLS reaches out to me, because I did make a lot of contacts. You know, they're like, hey, there's an opportunity to make, you know, Spanish content videos. It starts off with once a week, but could turn into something. Eventually, I was there 5 days a week, but you know, it wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do. You know, like I didn't take that job with Telemundo, also because you know I didn't want to get in the Spanish, you know, bubble. You know, it's crazy to think. I just turned 28 last week, and this was when I got this new job, 28, as a media coordinator. It's the first job since I was 20 years old in 8 years that there's not a Spanish or Brazil attached to my position, you know? And I just started speaking Portuguese, like I said, 2014, you know? Like English is my first language, but for whatever reason, I've had trouble getting positions that you have to speak English for, you know? It's almost like being bilingual and trilingual has actually hurt me in some ways. So I'm just really grateful right now to be at the position where I'm at, you know? Day one, starting a new chapter, you know, focusing on building this epidemic brand into a household name in the United States. Because if it's big in the United States, it's big worldwide, you know. And I'm going to take this opportunity with everything I can, just because they gave me everything they can. They gave me everything I needed. All I really need in life is an opportunity, you know. And if you know, if I can get food, water, and a place to stay, I'm good. Everything else is just extra, you know. So let's get it. Art is my life. You know, I'm an artist, I'm a creator, you know, everything. And I'm not just talking videos, life is a creation. You know, the buildings we see, you know, going to the gym is a creation, you know, you work on your body, you know, like I see everything through an artist lens. You know, it's just, you know, it's my life, you know, it really, art is my life. You know, well, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, you know, I love to just like put my own touch on it. My biggest influences, let me see if, number one, obviously my parents, my mom and dad, you know, busting their tails off, working 2 jobs throughout, you know, just giving me everything I needed to be successful as a kid. Everything that they had, you know, all the love and attention. Number 2, I would say Martin Luther King Jr. was always, you know, just, I thought it was so mind-blowing how a dude could move so many people non-violently. You know, I just thought civil disobedience was like, as a kid, I was like, that is so cool.